What's up, Aries? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new or a cross watcher, welcome as well. If you are interested in being entered into a drawing for this particular mala bracelet, this is Tiger's Eye, black obsidian with some bling charms. If you would like to be entered into the drawing for this giveaway, please be subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button and put hashtag Tiger's Eye in the comments. That will let me know that you are interested in that particular bracelet when I do the drawing. That'll be in March. All right. Aries. We just had the full moon in Virgo. This was Saturday, okay? So the full moon is still in effect, up to 3 days after the full moon. So we are still currently in the energy. It's just, it's going on the, downside of calming down some. So I had personal things I had to get to, so I wasn't able to finish all of the readings before the full moon, but everything happens for a reason. So me doing you, Leo, and Pisces towards the second half of the full moon, there might be something to that. So it is what it is. And so there might be a specific message that needed to come out during that time. So with this full moon being in the sun sign of Pisces, we have a tendency to daydream and look at our future. And what happens is this particular full moon gives us balance and brings us into reality and shows us that we can bring our fantasies into reality. So whatever it is you see for yourself in the future, it is possible. So I want to find out what's going on for Aries. Full moon in Virgo. Keep in mind, energies can be reversed. So place parties where it fits to the situation. Only you will know. If it doesn't fit or resonate, don't force it. Check out your other sign placements. Or hopefully I can pick up your energy on a future reading. Always make sure you're subscribed, liking, and commenting, interacting, so we can exchange energy, okay? All right, so what's going on for Aries for this full moon in Leo? What do we got going on? We got some ego. Magnifying glass. And past. So you must have had a little bit of too much pride at one time. I don't mean that in a negative way. I think we all go through it, so it's not like I'm picking on you, saying, hey, you have too much pride. I think we've all experienced that in our life at one point or another. And I feel that you are now starting to look back on things, on what made you, have too much pride. And by you looking back at, life and what's happened, I think you're, getting some validation from something. You're taking a closer look, and because maybe you are starting to let your ego down a little bit, right? Because if you're willing to take the time to stop, pause, and reflect back on something in your past, it is giving you the time to take a closer look at something, you know, that made you, whatever it was that made you have, you know, too much pride. What was it? Something you wanted to say, do, you know, could be anything like that. Tell us more. What is this ego for Aries, please? Okay, we've got the Five of Wands. The King of Cups. We've got the Ten of Wands. There was something that was burdensome that you needed to let go of. And it was, if you were going to let go of these burdens, it was going to allow you to become more emotionally balanced. I think that you were dealing with a lot of, I don't know, disagreements. You may have been, and I don't mean this in a negative way, don't shoot the messenger, but it's kind of like the feeling I got was a feeling of always willing to fight for what it is that you feel or think. It was always like a not backing down, right? Too much pride to back down on something that was too burdensome, right? So it was always forcing you to be in check, right? You always had to keep yourself emotionally in check because you were holding on to burdens of some sort and you had too much pride to let it go. So you kept hanging in there and fighting it through. But it, you know, what was it? Was it worth fighting? What were we fighting for here? Three of Cups. Three of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. So it was like you were always wanting to manifest kind of like holding on to people's friendships because of financial security. So it was like I don't know, maybe this, I feel maybe this friend group probably did well financially and you wanted to, you know, remain linked to this clique because maybe you felt it was going to enhance your particular financials, and maybe it didn't quite, you know, be as fruitful as you thought it would be. But it's like your ego wouldn't let it go. It's like maybe you kept pushing, thinking that if you kept pushing on this and carrying all the burdens, that whatever this was, this friendship, community, partnership of some sort with friends, you kept thinking it was going to expand, it was going to grow, this wealth was going to take off in leaps and bounds. And so you had too much pride in, you know, Kenny Rogers knowing when to fold them, right? Know when to walk away and know when the dealing is done. And I don't think your ego was letting you do that. So your pride, right? You kept forcing something to work that wasn't going to work. And your pride just wasn't going to let you let it go. So tell us more about the magnifying glass. Yeah, justice. Temperance. Yeah, you were struggling to find the balance and the fairness in this situation. You know, that's what you were trying to hold on to, but you started to, you know, let the ego down a little bit, take a closer look at the situation. That's where you were getting the validation that, you know, here you are struggling to keep this together, right? To keep it fair. But you just, it was like maybe you found yourself trying to find the patience for it. And it's like maybe you were losing your patience with the, yeah. We've got the star, so here's Aquarius energy. So these are three majors right on the magnifying, I just realized. Three majors. You've got Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. So the star was, you recognizing that you were in a situation that was not fair, it was not balanced. You were carrying the load of making whatever this venture was work. You were the one pulling the weight. And so you finally took a closer look and realized, you know, where is the balance in this? Why am I the only one putting my heart and soul into this while there's, you know, 2-3 other people here that are not, and I'm fighting to keep it together. Yeah, so you started to realize, and I almost feel like, you know, you started to have a spiritual awakening, because that's also with stars, healing, and temperance, you know, is the divine, you know, coming in. And they're showing you that this is not a balanced situation, and they wanted you to heal from this. What is the past here? With Chariot, another major, Cancer energy. Queen of Wands. The Moon. Pisces energy. All majors. All majors on these two cards. 6 majors. This is almost out of your hands. This was a forced. This was somebody forcing your hand to have a wake-up call. And it might have even, this situation, I'm also hearing, not everybody, this is specific. This situation ended up putting somebody into legal trouble, legal issues, you know, where you're having to deal with going to court over something. And that was a big part of this wake-up call, and, you know, dropping the pride and the ego to see what the situation really was. And it was, you know, you had people sitting back while you were doing all the work. But with the Chariot, the Queen of Wands, and the Moon, I feel like you're learning, you're starting to realize you want to move forward, you want to move in the right direction, because when you looked back at the past, you were either dealing with the Queen of Wands, okay, that was basically creating a lot of illusions, secrets, and lies, could have heavy Pisces, so it could be Cancer, Pisces. And I'm sorry, this was not all 3 majors. I'm sorry, it was just the 2. You had the 3 here and you have the 2 here. Sorry, it was a busy day today at work. I'm gonna tell you, my mind is fried. So what was I saying? Oh, so this Queen of Wands, you know, it was like they were creating illusions for you. Maybe illusions that they were, you know, actually helping you with whatever the situation was. Let's find out real quick. I don't know if I can find out. What was the situation? Oh, goodness. Entrapment. So somebody pulling on your heartstrings. Could do with money. Mixing business and pleasure, possibly. What was this situation exactly for Aries and this person? What was the situation, please? Oh. Lust, yeah. Irreconcilable differences, yeah. So, okay. And locked box, okay. So, with this is specific, so with whoever I said was possibly going through legal issues or concerns, this Queen of Wands that was creating all these illusions, making you think that they were part of your team and that they were helping out to make this 10 of Pentacles, this wealth, whatever this money is that was being manifested in, they used their sexual, you know, ways with the Queen of Wands. That's what they do. They sprinkle love and they sprinkle, you know, passion, and they're beautiful and they're the party of the life and they're the chatty butterflies. There's nothing wrong with them. They're fine just how they are, but if they use it to be a little manipulative, not that she's in the reverse, but here it's, it was almost like they were trying to keep somebody trapped under their thumb by using lust all the time. And I think that's what's happening here with somebody that's possibly going through a divorce. Okay, it could be a simple breakup, but I think maybe one or two of you, this is an actual divorce, and it's because this person was just basically, it was just a lust thing with you, making you think they were on your team, making you think they were going to help you, build this 10 of Pentacles, and they weren't. They were making you think they were, but they weren't. And so you realized you were carrying all these burdens, and it was time to take a look at this so you could, figure out what needed to happen so you could end it. Because, I know that ego gets to all of us once in a while. Yeah, and I just realized, so with the Chariot and this Past card, they're both cars, they're both vehicles. And it's, driving away from the past, moving forward, getting the correct direction, understanding what these illusions were from this Queen of Wands. And that's what this was. You realized that you were kind of, I guess, love bombed is what we could call it. It was a love bomb. People will do that if they're beautiful, sexy, and passionate. Not all will, but if they know they can, that's almost like a job to them. Sometimes men and women are raised that way, to use their, physical assets rather than using their brains and putting in the hard work. So they end up being karmics to everybody because they're not doing anything for themselves. They're writing off other people because that's how they were taught. They were taught that somewhere. Yeah. There's a female with tattoos. Yeah, what is the positive out of this situation? You got to find the positive. There's a positive in every negative situation, and I've always found the positive out of everything negative that's happened to me. And I can tell you some stories that were pretty negative, and I immediately have a positive for it. And that's what's gotten me through life. And that's why I've grown and things turn around. Yeah, people are noticing you, right? So by letting drop the pride and move on from what doesn't working is going to allow people to notice you. They're going to say, hey, this person sticks up for themselves. This person's got some, BALLs or TITS, right? however you want to put that, Yes. Jelly belly, keep shining. People are going to be envious of you because you broke away from a situation to where you were not receiving any help. You didn't need the help. This person does, because they're the ones that was taught to sit back and write off you. No, you don't need this person. They need you. So if you break away, all you're doing is showing that you have boundaries and you respect yourself enough to not be used by somebody who wants to just sprinkle some passion and love and bat their eyelashes or, flex their muscles, masculine, feminine. place parties where it fits. But however you do it, you know, not allowing them to create illusions because they're blinding you with their flirtatious ways and telling you what you want to hear to make you feel good about yourself when you don't need this person to feel good about yourself. All you got to do is have boundaries, learn to love yourself, and then you're not worried about anybody coming up in your world. You know what I mean? That's, who cares? You know, you love yourself. And then when you love yourself, that's when people notice you. Like here, the card that came out, and they're like, oh, there's something attractive about that person. Yeah, they got some oomph to them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to get up in that because, you know, not everybody can get at you, right? You're strong enough to not let people slither their way in a, you know, negative way, you know, that's deceitful, you know. I'm not saying it's a bad person. I'm just saying, you know, they were taught to use their assets in a way where they should just be working hard themselves and not batting eyelashes or, you know, flexing muscles to get what it is that they want. You know, they should not have to do that. But it's unfortunate that happens all the time. So it is what it is. But during this time, this is what's going to happen. You're going to wake up to this. And, you know, you're not going to let pride get in the way anymore. You know, it is what it is. You know, you're going to come out stronger on this, and people are going to start noticing you, and you're going to end up with the right people coming towards you who want to be part of your team, right? They don't want to just show up and be the coach and tell you what to do. They want to be part of the team. They want to get their hands dirty as well. So I hope this was helpful to somebody. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.